Maryland Congressman Andy Harris. Congressman, great to have you with us. Trump was back in Washington yesterday. Good morning to you. Republicans made their choice very clear that they want Mike Johnson back as the Speaker. What are your thoughts on how he's done so far and what the next year is going to look like under Speaker Johnson?
Well, you know, the president made it clear he wants Speaker Johnson on his team. And yesterday, of course, we, at the Republican conference, we designated him as our Speaker nominee for January 3rd. And we unified the conference, and we're going to try to go ahead and, advance Mr. Trump's agenda for the American people. That's all I can say. The American people can hardly wait.
Yeah, absolutely. They certainly spoke up very loud last Tuesday with their votes and expressed their feelings and made them heard. So your colleagues in the Senate yesterday, they voted to make South Dakota Senator John Thune the next majority leader. Speaker Johnson joined Newsmax last night to discuss that Senate pick. Here's what he had to say.
Do you trust that Thune is America first now?
I do. I think that he... We were talking about this mandate that's been issued by the American people, and he gets that, and he wants to be aggressive. Look, we could be the most consequential Congress of the modern era. President Trump, I think, will be the most consequential president of the modern era because we have to fix everything. We've been preparing for this moment for more than a year, so we have a playbook designed, and now we have to go execute these plays with precision. And it's going to take the Senate and the House together, and I think we'll do that.
So I want to ask you, how do you expect Speaker Johnson and Thune to work together to get things done?
Well, I hope they do. And, Majority Leader Thune, I mean, he says the right things. Of course, he'll always be looking over his right shoulder at Senator Rick Scott because Senator Scott made a strong showing yesterday and made it pretty clear, I think, to the Majority Leader that there is a substantial block of conservative Republican senators who are going to hold his feet to the fire. And I think that's what they need there. That's what we do in the Freedom Caucus in the House. And I think that's the formula for winning.
And Trump, he's also getting his cabinet together. And because of that, you're losing seats in the House. Are you concerned by the tight margins that are here?
Well, again, these aren't flipped seats. They are a loss for temporarily, but all those districts should be safe Republican districts. We should replace them with Republicans. Yeah, it's going to narrow the margin for a little while, but again, his cabinet picks. We have a lot of good leaders in the House, and he picked 3 of them to be in his cabinet and again in his administration.
Yeah, so you mentioned those 3. I want to go through them. So it's Elise Stefanik, Mike Waltz, Matt Gaetz. They'll be leaving Congress to join Trump's administration, as you just mentioned. So you've worked with them. What do you make of these picks?
Well, let's start with Elise Stefanik. I mean, honestly, Israel couldn't have a better friend, and we haven't had a friend in the United Nations during the during the Biden administration. So it's a great choice for UN Secretary. Mike Waltz, obviously skilled at the job he's picked for, and Matt Gaetz, honestly, is the weaponized DOJ's worst nightmare. That's all I can say. I mean, he understands exactly what weaponizing a Justice Department can do to the country.
Are you expecting any pushback from Democrats on any of these picks?
Oh, the pushback from the swamp, especially on Matt Gaetz, will be huge because, again, they want a swamp creature to head the Department of Justice. That's what Merrick Garland was. He proved it. It needs to be clean from top to bottom. You can't do it with someone who's an internal pick or an insider.
So obviously the Senate still has to confirm all of these picks. And when you look at a guy like Matt Gaetz, is there a chance that he is not confirmed?
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, the president's also called for recess appointments. Now, obviously, recess appointments are not forever. But, Matt's going to get in there and he's going to clean up the department. It's not going to take him forever to clean up the department. So, again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I hope the Senate does agree to recess appointments. I think John Thune said he would do it. I hope he brings along 51 senators to agree to that. And let's move forward.
One role that has not been filled yet is the press secretary. Alina Habba's name has been brought up, but she has said that she's not interested in that. Do you expect someone else to fill that role, and who would it be?
Look, I don't know, but the president has always had excellent, President Trump has always had excellent press secretaries. President Biden, not so clear on that. But I suspect he's going to pick a star, as someone who will explain to the American people exactly how he's delivering on the Trump agenda.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.